All good?
All good.
Hi, Murtaja.
Hi.
Welcome
good.
here.
It's good to be on the other side.
It's good to be on the other side.
Yeah.
Which side is more fun?
That side.
Why?
The dark side.
The dark side.
Yeah.
Interesting. Do you want to share what happened before recording this episode? The issue with the computer that you have in front of you? And like why you are a huge advocate for that brand of laptops?
I would rather not talk about my dear laptop.
So to summarize what happened, like we were about to record, but like we got delayed because of the very noticeable latency and the Mac sound card. So yeah, thank God for the existence of Windows and like Windows laptops and everything. And yeah, I feel sorry. Actually.
We just hope it doesn't auto-update during the episode.
No, it's okay. Even if it updates, like the updates are always putting you on the right track. Yeah.
Sure.
Of course. Huh?
Sure.
Yeah. Thank you for being here, man.
Appreciate it.
Yeah. First of all, like on not a very happy note, I want to start this episode with offering our condolences for the people who lost their lives in the accident that happened a few days ago on Thursday in like the Kaziwa compound. And like I know this episode is going to air like months from now, but like still I want to offer my condolences because like it's really a tragedy about what happened, and it's happening a lot here, whether like in Kurdistan or in Iraq.
Very tragic.
Yeah, like I think a month ago there is also like a gas leak accident in Baghdad where like people also did people lost their lives in Baghdad, and like
a lot of casualties.
A lot of casualties as well. And it's like it's not enough to be in a country where there are like a lot of wars and like a lot of terror and terrorism, and now we have like these accidents that are like gas leaks or like the one that happened I think a year ago. And
it's very, very unfortunate to like have this lack of security.
Yeah.
Whenever you're like wherever you are in this country.
And like the thing is like these recent like accidents that happened, I think they are just the result of people not doing their work very well, or like people who just neglected security and like safety policies just to save a couple of bucks, and this is what happened. And it's really unfortunate that landowners or like people who own a couple of buildings and everything do not go to the extreme measures just to ensure the safety of
like,
their
I don't understand like this neglecting those standards and neglecting the specifications that is needed to like run those places, and like just follow them and follow those safety measures, and everyone is going to be happy. You're not going to lose any profit or like revenue. At the end, eventually, if you're following a high standard of security and like safety measures, you would attract more customers because people like they are struggling with this, and it's a need in the market. When you really like work in a professional matter and you follow the requirements that are needed for the measure you want, then I don't understand. It's just like really it comes from greediness and just like it's unprofessional and it's really like they don't care about people, and that's very tragic.
Yeah, I mean, like, how would you justify just wanting a bit of more money or just wanting to buy a new car for the lives of people that got lost? Like, can you stand in front of a family who lost a member and tell them, like, okay, I saved a couple of bucks here because I didn't want to put like these safety measurements just to save a couple of bucks? Like, that's stupid.
And like, this is really dangerous because like this culture, if it spreads in the market and everyone would follow, like everyone would be greedy this way, and they don't follow the standards or the safety measures, you wouldn't feel like safe doing anything, because like we live in the dorms, and if someone cheated in like building those dorms, or like not following a certain standard for like safety,
Yeah.
then all of those students would, like, their lives would be at risk.
Mm.
And you would go to the supermarket, you would go um imagine like not having safety standards. Life would be very dangerous, and this shouldn't be the case.
And like the other thing, like this is not only for like the private sector in Iraq, because like I think you remember what happened almost a year ago in the hospital in Baghdad that
It's
also blew.
worse in the public
Yeah,
sector.
like this is like literally a government facility. Like you should be up to the highest safety
It's
standards.
really worse in the public sector because like people just care about like getting their salaries, regardless of like how much work they put in.
Mm.
And you see people just like um going to their like offices and staying there for like I don't know, 6 hours, maybe more,
Yeah.
and they're just passing time, just waiting for the end of the month to receive their salaries, and that's it. They don't care about any like they don't have any sense of like professional like obligation, or just like I don't want to talk like religiously, but like morally this is like unacceptable. And um it gets to the point of like risking others
Mm.
lives.
Actually, and like some people might go with the argument like, where can we get these standards from, and like, are they applicable and are they being applied in Iraq? And I would say, I remember back in 2020, or I think it was 2020 or 2021. So we have like the biggest mall in Basra. It's called like Basra Times Square,
Mm-hmm.
and like the biggest restaurant there, like the restaurant that's running all other restaurants out of business.
Mm-hmm.
It's called like Tazi Snack. So it also like had a huge fire in it, but actually because of the high standard policies for safety measurements and fire distinguishers there,
Mm-hmm.
actually no one got injured, no one
Thank
got
God.
no one died. And like there were only like casualties with the like the equipment or like the building, and they reopened I think a couple of months after, and everything is back on track. So like these things do exist,
Mm-hmm.
but like we should encourage more implying them, because I don't think having these kind of casualties in your business is going to uh, make you a better businessman in way or form, because like people gonna associate your businesses and like your brands with these bad things.
Yeah, like the thing is, like competition should be like who would be doing
Better.
like better, and
Yeah.
like having more standards and taking care of like every detail.
Mm.
You know, like um in markets outside Iraq, people are just like getting really in details about user experience, and not like they are far beyond the point of like the standards and like the bare minimum.
Mm.
No, they are going far to the point of like um perfecting the user experience and what the user would feel using a certain facility or certain device. And but here you see like competition is about who would offer like the like less prices and who would benefit more. And people people are realizing today the importance of um, measures, safety measures, standards, and like quality
Mm.
in like everything they are consuming right now.
Yeah, and like here's the thing also, like to expand on your point, like you can't just pretend that better things do not exist, because everyone has like an access to the world now. Like you can see
Mm.
what's happening basically in most other countries.
Mm-hmm.
So you can actually see how developed and how advanced others are, which is why people are like demanding for more, because it's not that you are living in a poor country or actually in one of the richest countries, but like your standards and like your way of life, it's very very depleted and very backwarded. And that's why you would see these like new startups and new projects and organizations who are trying to push this threshold
Mm-hmm.
into like a whole new area, because we need this now. We are in an age where improvement is necessary,
Mm-hmm.
and not only optional, because that's it, like
Mm.
enough is enough, and like people have to do something about it.
Yeah, like for the market here, like it's better in Kurdistan than in Baghdad.
Yeah,
In
why
my
do you think that?
in my own experience, because people here just they have a sense of like they trust some brands because they offer them like a certain quality or like a certain level of quality.
Mm.
And so you see people in Kurdistan really like loyal to some brands because they are so used to like having those brands offering them trust and like quality.
Mm.
And there's an error there.
Okay.
Yeah. You see people in Kurdistan just really valuing this sense of quality and sense of um, like the value they're getting from the device or the facility they are using.
Yes.
It's less in Baghdad, unfortunately, because you see people are just like you see some merchants even copying the same like exactly the same packaging and the same like the same way that the product would look,
Yeah.
and they would just copy it like to the finest details and bring it
Just change the label. That's it.
not even the label.
The label is the same.
The label would be
And
the
like
same.
what
you
kind
would
of
be you would be comparing like two products.
what
and,
kind of product?
I've seen this in tech, I've seen this in like cosmetics, I've seen this in what else, even in food.
Yeah.
Unfortunately,
Yeah.
you see like exactly the same product with exactly the same label,
Mm.
and the quality is by far you see it's very, very different. Okay.
5 minutes later.
Okay, we are back live.
Okay.
Technical issues.
Yeah, quality.
Mhm.
MSI.
MSI.
Windows.
Look. Maybe so. This is a lesson to be learned that all companies have their issues.
Mm.
Yeah,
Everyone has their issues.
everyone. Yes. So you were talking about like how companies were copying exactly the same product,
Yeah.
sometimes without even changing the label.
Yeah, like you would go to the market
Yeah.
and like see two products
Mm-hmm.
having the exact same labeling, the exact same colors, the exact same everything. Okay.
Yeah.
And you would get this for like certain amount of money, and you would get the other for like far less.
Mm.
Okay. And you would see the quality is like for sure is different.
Mm.
Okay. But like those products were like the first product was introduced to the market first, and then when it was like thought of successful
Mm.
as a successful product, merchants would just go to China and just copy the exact same thing with
With
less
less.
price.
Yeah.
And yani, I don't know. Like this is really bad.
Yeah.
And you can't tell. Like there is no regulations, there is no testing, there is nothing whatsoever.
Yeah. Why do you think like? Because like I've studied economics, and in economics you also have to like analyze and study the behavior of the consumer.
Mm-hmm.
So do you think it's like everywhere, or it's just here that after a product is like released into a market and like it's proven its success, then everyone will start copying it and making it like at a cheaper price? Is it that do you think that's everywhere or just here? Because like I've seen most people, like yes, there are the people who would go for like the premium stuff and like pay the extra money.
Mm.
But as I've seen, a lot of people just tend to get the things that would do the same thing but for a cheaper price.
Yeah, but like I'm not talking about like copying a successful strategy or a successful business model. Um, sorry,
Yeah.
I'm talking about like copying everything, and you can't even tell which product is this. Is it the copied one? Is it the original one? You can't tell, and they would just like advertise it as the original one,
Yeah.
and they won't be honest with you whatsoever. Um, you have to be really like from the inside of the market. You have
Mm.
to know which merchant is doing what
Yes.
to in order to know which product is like the copied one, and that's really unfortunate. Like for us, um, we were like for me, I just like buy my products from like one single like provider,
Yeah.
and that's it. I don't trust anyone else because I don't want to risk like spending money on some product and it would turn out as like some copied version.
Mm.
Yeah.
And like, do you think that's a successful business plan, like on the business side? Like, if you are just copying what others are doing for a cheaper price, do you think that's a good approach to making good products? Or, I mean, they are definitely going to sell.
Look, um, like in business and in a lot of fields, okay,
Mhm.
people copy each other all the time,
Yeah.
okay, and like I don't think this is a bad idea.
Yeah, but like that's the main idea. And you copy to some amount, like the main features, and then you add a twist or you add something to differentiate your product.
Yeah, you mean originality,
Mm.
but like there's nothing that is like original 100%.
Yeah, of
There's
course. Yeah.
it's gotta have some like sort of inspiration or like copying of some sort,
Yes.
and you would and this you can see this like everywhere and like all the time.
Mm-hmm.
But like I'm I'm talking about like, okay, you would buy a product, okay, and there is the function, there is the aesthetic of the product,
Yeah.
okay, and there is like certain qualities that are considered like luxurious like qualities, okay. um I'm not talking about luxury and I'm not talking about aesthetic, okay.
But
They copy the aesthetic,
yeah.
okay, but they don't copy the function.
No.
Like I'm
So
I'm
it just looks like
yeah,
the same thing,
yeah, like they would just like get the same product with the same aesthetic.
Yeah.
It looks exactly the same thing,
but doesn't do
but
the
it doesn't
functionality.
do the function that I want it to do.
Yeah.
And like, what am I buying this product for if it doesn't do me like the function that I want to?
Look. I think this is a great example for what happens with like Apple AirPods.
Yeah,
And like how they are copied so cheaply now. There are even like standards of like how good a copy it is. Like there is
yeah,
the best,
tiers.
yeah,
Yeah,
the tiers of like
tier 1, tier
yeah,
2.
yeah, and
Yeah.
like the best ones you would get them for 50K, something like this.
Yeah,
Yeah, and like it's supposed to be like the closest thing you would get to an
Mhm.
actual AirPods.
Yeah,
And like as soon as you put them on, like you would get like Bluetooth devices connected, so you know like you are getting the best
Bluetooth device
Bluetooth device
connected
connected.
successfully.
Yeah, so you are getting the best of the best experience. Yeah, I mean, yeah, and believe me, like a lot of people who cannot afford the Apple products, which are like, to be honest, aren't the cheapest thing in the market, they would seek these copies just to look
Yeah.
richer than they are.
Like
And
the way I see it is like, okay, that product that is really successful,
mm,
it has kind of a formula for like the success, okay. Like the people who like made it, they just thought about the design and thought about the function and thought about some luxury to add to it, and they just like would consider like all those regards,
yeah,
and they would just offer you like the best formula for them in order for them to like get revenue and get profit,
of course. Yeah.
okay. But you see like those copied versions, they are not like, they don't have that formula in mind. They're just trying to get profit, and like using that the success of that other like that other original
Product. Yeah.
product.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so they wouldn't take care of like that formula, and for me I just like, okay, I must admit I sometimes get those like copied versions for like because they would get something right, and
Mm.
it would be the perfect like use for the like
The price you pay.
yeah for the price you pay, okay, and it would suit my it would suit my need,
Yeah.
okay. But a lot of the times it doesn't. They would have like compromises in a lot of regards, and they wouldn't they wouldn't do any good. Like some of the people, they would just like get a knockoff of like AirPods for like 50K or like
Yeah.
$50, and they would be better getting a 50K headphones, which is a different brand and like a recognizable brand
Yeah.
that offers that has that formula in mind.
Yes, but then
Yeah.
like they wouldn't show it off to people as much as they would like show off their brand new Apple AirPods, which is like one of the biggest selling points for like uh, Apple like products and like all kind of luxurious products as
Yeah.
well.
I have a take on this.
Yeah.
Like, okay, for me, some products, some specifically tech, because I'm really passionate about tech, and I've
Yeah.
been passionate about tech since my childhood. I would have like two options in mind.
Yeah.
Okay, like an option that has like a lot of features, for the price, and a lot of maybe like qualities, a lot of like most people would consider it the better option,
Yeah.
okay, because it offers more for the money they are paying,
Of
okay.
course. Yeah.
And a lot of people consider this when they are buying products, okay. They just compare the specifications, they look at the tables, and they look at the information it has. But for me, I look at the whole product as a whole package.
Yes, because like a product isn't just like the actual product. It's
Mhm.
also like the branding that goes into it. Like
Exactly.
what kind of image the company is trying to portray when you are purchasing such products. What all the extra work that goes
Like to the point of like the support.
yeah,
When
of
you're
course,
having
yeah,
when you're having a problem with your device,
yeah,
you would
that's like extremely important with
yeah,
like
you would
tech products.
contact someone, and they would help you with whatever problem you have.
Yeah.
And so I would just look at the whole product as a package.
Mm-hmm.
I would look at the guarantee. Like, for example, if it fails after 2 months, then it would be like a faulty product, and I would just get a replacement.
Yeah.
I would care about the design. For me, design is a big thing. Like, I would care about how the product looks, because I would be carrying or like using this product in daily life, and I want it to look nice. Just like the way I pick like my clothes, or the way I like, yeah, it's like something that I carry on, and it has to be like really like nicely looking.
Yeah.
Some of the tech devices, I must agree, they're really ugly. But
Yeah.
yeah, they're really ugly.
I mean,
Because-
have you seen like the old back in the days gaming laptops?
Yeah.
Like they are more than 4 kilos. They are just hideous.
Man.
Yeah.
Man.
But now like we have like this is the one of the nice things about tech. Like
Mhm.
you can see how far it advances. But now I think we can make the argument like for mobile phones, like there is a
Mhm.
limit that's reached. Like it's only gonna be small improvements, whether
Mhm.
like in camera or like in screens. Like you wouldn't see the drastic improvements that you have seen from like let's say from iPhone 4 to iPhone 5.
Yeah.
But with laptops now, like you can see just how much they are better performing out, like thin and powerful. Like it doesn't need to be 4 kilos anymore,
Mm-hmm.
which is like really nice to see how technology has developed and
Yeah,
advanced.
but we've seen this with like, okay, we're mentioning Apple again.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah,
you
of
know.
course. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
Not
we
biased.
have we have like
not biased.
yeah.
Okay, but like we've seen this with Apple from 2016 till 2020.
Yeah.
Okay. The MacBooks, like they were going thin and thin,
And more powerful.
not powerful.
Only thin.
They were going to the to that direction, only thin and really nicely designed, and that's it. You would have keyboard issues. You would have heat issues.
Yeah.
You would have even a lot
Yeah,
of
this is
a lot of
during the
problems.
Intel days.
Yeah,
Yeah.
during those Intel days,
Yeah.
and that was the direction that Johnny I like they that pushed it really to the point. But then they realized that this is not what the market needs,
Mm.
and and there were less ports,
Of
only
course.
Type C.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
but then they changed their direction. The new MacBooks, they have more ports. They are more they are thicker.
Mm.
They are heavier. Okay, and
But not that heavy. Like when you say heavier, like compared to the rest of like the laptops.
yeah, but if you compare like the 16-inch laptop back then and the 16-inch
okay.
now,
Yeah.
it's heavier.
Yeah.
Okay, because it has a better cooling system
Yeah.
and it offers more for the price you're paying.
Yeah.
So okay, maybe not go with design fully,
Yeah.
and maybe not go with function fully to the point of having a really ugly product.
I mean, like we can talk about like the the theory here that Professor Alan always talks about like how sometimes when you go deeply into design, you can ruin functionality, and if you go really deeply into functionality, you are going to ruin the design. So it's
Exactly.
like a sweet spot, kind of in the middle, or like tilted leftwards or rightward.
It's not a sweet spot for like everyone.
Yeah.
It's a sweet spot for the company and
Mm.
for its profits. They would balance it in some way that it gives them it has profit.
Yeah,
Profits
the
the
maximum
company.
profit.
Yeah. And sometimes you just see the product and it like for the price, it has to give more, but you don't see it
Mm.
because they have a really high margin of profit.
Mm.
But they would give you quality and they would give you user experience, which is the support
Yeah.
and the guarantee. And that's really important for me personally.
Yeah.
Mm.
So now we talked about like the product and the marketplace now, and let's get more into the tech scene in Iraq here. First of all, I really appreciate what you are doing, balancing between like your college life, your work, and like your social and all other kinds of things that we do here at AOS. So, how is the tech scene in Iraq? How would you describe it, and what are your intakes to how to improve it?
Tech scene, I mean, like in terms of like we've talked about products and how like people are recognizing quality
Yeah.
and people.
Yes, but like so far
yeah.
we are only talking about like exported products. Like we're,
Yeah.
I mean, sorry, imported products. Like
Yeah,
the ones that we are getting from outside. Like we
Im-
don't make any tech-related physical products. Like there are applications, of course, and website and everything.
Unfortunately,
Yeah. Do you think it's feasible to do this here in Iraq?
in Iraq,
To have like an Iraqi mobile phone?
I mean, we have the brains.
Yeah.
Like from what I've seen,
Yeah, everyone
have-
says we have the brains, but where are they?
and but we don't have anything else.
Yeah.
Okay.
Only the brains, yeah.
Yeah, only the brains.
Yeah.
And okay, what I'm talking about is like in order to produce like tech and tech products, you need to have a good infrastructure.
Yeah.
Okay, and you don't have that here. Like
No,
okay,
I mean, as we
it's-
discussed, like even the safety measures aren't like
yeah,
that.
and it's barely like it's like taking off right now. Okay,
Mm.
barely, and that's with like a huge push from like international organizations and the support that some countries give to like some startups and some like non-profit organizations here in Iraq.
Yeah.
They would generously offer a lot of grants and partnerships with local partners in order just to like for this market to just take off and just to start. Okay,
Yeah.
and I think they have done a good like they have done some good work, but we need more.
Mm.
And from working in that sector, we come back to the like quality aspect. Okay, people would just like get those grants and they would be like cheating those organizations. Okay, they would be getting the money,
Yeah.
profiting from that, and not offering anything for the community. And it's just it's not that, it's not the intention of that money.
Yeah.
Okay, and that money is like like from people paying taxes. Okay,
Yeah.
and it's meant for like
Actually
helping,
improving. Yeah.
helping those people like in our communities and in our countries. But like people would just cheat those organizations. Okay,
Mhm.
and they would just offer them false reports and they would just get the money. And so this affected a lot of like honest and like really professional people who are trying to get the most support and the most like help they need in order to do something for this community and in order to like help others. And just like, because we said we have the brains, there are some people here who just need a little bit of help. Okay, and they would just take off. You would see them doing really really good after just like one small step of like,
Yeah. Just a little push.
yeah, just a little push.
Yeah.
And it is really fascinating, um like in terms of like, I work in a tech company in Baghdad.
Yeah.
Okay, I work in the marketing team. Okay, I'm currently leading the marketing team.
Of course. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah. And we have this like message in mind where we are offering really high quality technical training and
Mhm.
software solutions, of
Yeah.
course. And though we have to like we have to use the like the branding and the naming of the organizations we work with,
Yeah. The partners
to
and everything.
yeah, to promote the like the training or the
The
like
courses that
the
you are
courses that we are offering.
Yeah.
Because we have a lot of courses now in the market.
Yeah.
We have a lot of training and people are claiming really big claims.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is like also like not only to be on the pessimistic side, but like let's be optimistic for a sec.
Yeah.
Like this is an amazing important step that is happening right now, that
Mhm.
companies like tech companies in particular are like moving the market into a place where they are offering all these like experiences and courses and knowledge
Mhm.
for I think acceptable prices. Let's
I mean, they are like, like if you're looking at the global market,
for such courses.
yeah, training in like such it's really expensive.
Yeah.
Okay, but like here it's really supported, and like you would get a waiver of like the price.
Mm.
You would just be paying like maybe 50% of the price or far less, maybe. And a lot of the times it's for free.
The courses here.
The courses, some of the opportunities are really free.
Yeah.
And they're really good opportunities. Not because they're free they're bad.
Yeah.
They're really good because they're supported and
I mean,
they're paid
like,
for.
see, you can take CS50 at Harvard and it's free. Like, that's one of the best examples of.
Yeah, but this is online. Like, okay,
Yeah, that's
I
another
have-
thing.
yeah.
Like, when it comes into like real person, of course, like
Mhm.
going to lectures and actually seeing your instructors is
Yeah.
better.
My journey with online learning.
Yeah.
Like when we started uni here,
Yeah.
2 weeks were offline,
Yeah.
and then COVID hits,
Yeah. Yeah.
and we went 2 years for like just online.
Yeah.
And okay, for me now, I really hate online. Okay,
Really?
I really hate online
I
learning.
mean, I hate online as well. Like,
Okay.
I am the biggest advocate for back to classes, the absence system,
Yeah.
getting everyone to class.
Mhm.
That's like okay, I am fully on board. But like when let's say that you are like on holiday or like you have special circumstances or like something really urgent, sometimes online can be a good thing.
I'm not saying online is bad. Like I'm doing my job remotely
Yeah.
online.
Yeah.
Okay.
See? Yeah.
Okay. I've studied like 2 years of college online.
Yeah.
Okay.
Best experience ever.
And like as a side note as well, I'm in an like long distance relationship, so
Yeah.
that's online as well.
Of course, yeah.
Okay. And so I'm not saying online is is bad and evil and we shouldn't do online.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's necessary.
Yeah.
Okay, but like if you can do offline.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I fully agree with this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because like I'm talking about the courses now. There would be guidance, there would be someone you would just like in real life you would just show them the problem and like express your concerns to them.
Yeah.
And like from my experience, mentorship offline is very different from mentorship online. And like for me personally, I prefer offline all the time.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, like, I agree, and like, I will give you another example about like how I can make the same case for like going to the gym, because like as soon as you start with that journey and like you search online, as soon as the algorithm knows, everything becomes like motivation videos and tips, and like it comes to the point where it's overwhelming about like what should you take and what's just bullshit. So sometimes, yeah, it's necessary to be like actually in contact with like your coaches there at the gym, because like they are actually seeing you
Yeah.
and like they can guide you into the right path rather than just seeing the best chest exercise and I mean do this and you are like Arnold Schwarzenegger for the next 6 months. Yeah, I mean, of course, being in real life it's important, but yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
I just like okay, um I'm not saying that like let's say offline is always good, and like sometimes there are some things that you can't afford, like for example you can't study some courses that are offered in like in the US. For example, you mentioned CS50.
Yeah,
You can't study that in Harvard.
of course.
Like how feasible is that for like
Yeah.
your
Yeah, but you
wallets?
can like get the course for free, and if you want the certificate, it's $150, I think, something like this.
Yeah, and like the website is developing, the mentorship like ways are developing, and I'm hoping that someday you would just like put on some metaverse
Where you can attend Harvard.
glasses and just be there
Yeah,
experiencing the fully
the full experience.
yeah.
I mean, it's never
whole
gonna
thing.
be the full experience with like, no matter how advanced you got with technology,
Yeah.
like it's not just as same as like putting something on and just go to classes and enjoy like. Sometimes not enjoy actually. Sometimes you're gonna hate it so much, but like,
Okay, I'm gonna give you an example,
yeah,
and you would judge based on that.
Okay.
Okay. Like I'm sure some of the people like back then, in the time,
yeah,
they were saying that cinema
yeah.
is not the same as theater. Okay.
Of course, yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
Some people would say that theater you'd be experiencing the whole thing.
yeah.
You would
Because
be
you're actually seeing people in
yeah.
front of you.
You're seeing like actors in front of you, and
Yeah.
you would see like the whole thing.
Of
Okay.
course, yeah.
And you would experience it.
Nice example. Yeah.
But cinema would never be that way. Okay.
Yeah.
That's their take at that time, maybe.
Yeah, yes.
But if you see it now, okay, some people prefer cinema over theater.
I mean, I do.
Okay? Yeah.
But like, let me also like go deeper into this. So for cinema, like since you like started this whole subject, of course it's not the same as theater where like you actually see people in front of you, but like it's also providing like it's not a substitute for theater. Like you can still do both things, and you can still like love these things equally or something like this. But for cinema, like you also get better visuals because like it's also edited. You also get maybe a better sound.
Look at them getting defensive.
Yeah, you might also get like better soundtracks because back in the days, well, like during the silent movies era.
Yeah.
Do you know that actually, like with Chaplin and like all these top OGs back then,
Yeah.
they would actually play an orchestra at the movie. So like there is like a whole orchestra team and like people and doing all of this and like the high music while the film is playing.
Yeah.
With like there was like no sound back then. So it was just video. So that was a whole different experience. Like you can go and see people act, maybe with like someone playing in the background, and there are different sets and everything. But with movies, like you get actually into different places, into more characters, because how I mean, have you seen Hamilton?
I haven't.
Yeah, because like Hamilton is an amazing example of how theater could be filmed and put into movie. Like they just did it magnificently. But let's get back to movies and how it started.
Okay.
So basically with movies you can be at more places, you can have more characters, because like you can just put a character in every location and you would have a shit ton of story and everything. But I would still make the argument that sometimes it is really nice to see a performance in front of you.
Yeah. But I believe in like a world of alternatives. There is.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
And sometimes the alternative would get so good.
Yeah.
That you
That
start
you
to,
actually leave
that you
theater.
start to neglect the original thing.
Yeah.
And it might not be neglecting, but
Yeah.
it's just a new form of art and a new form, and we can see this like the things we're experiencing and the things we enjoy now are very different from the things like our fathers enjoyed.
Yeah.
Okay, and so each time would have like people would have their own sort of entertainment and their own sort of arts that they enjoy. Yeah.
So the metaverse might be actually better than real life.
Yeah, if not for us, then maybe the generation after
us, huh? But don't you see that maybe we are heading towards something like a very dependent technology where you are actually just sitting in one chair and doing everything from that one place?
Aren't we all doing this now?
I mean, yes, but like we are still kind of moving and doing stuff.
Yeah. But like I know some people who would work on their computers for like a couple of hours.
Yeah.
And all their interaction would be just them moving their mouse and looking at the screen. That's it. Okay. Their whole body.
So we are already there, kind of.
I think we're already there.
Yeah.
And I don't see like, okay, for the health, okay, this is really bad.
Yeah.
And a lot of like you see tech companies are now moving in the direction of like
flexible chairs, standing desks.
No, I mean like the products themselves, they would just like not care about performance, but they would care about your health as well. And you'd see this whole shift of like promoting health, and you should move more, you should do exercises.
Like what Apple is doing with their software, like just move more, stand.
More tracking of your health, and they offered even like a service, Fitness Plus.
Yeah, I know about it.
And you see this like shift where we are moving more towards spending more time with our technology. Yeah. But we have like a focus on like moving our bodies as well. Yeah. And so, it's a compromise.
Yeah. Listen. Now let's move to the main topic here, which is like movies and TV shows, and let's start with DC. So, why do you like DC more than Marvel?
Alternatives.
Yeah, elaborate.
Okay. For me, like it started from childhood. Yeah. Like I would spend hours in front of that TV in my grandparents' house. Okay. Just watching the animated Batman.
Yeah. I mean, we all did.
Or Justice League, the animated series as well.
Yeah, that was like amazing as well. Yeah.
And growing up, watching that, with no Marvel animated series. Yeah.
I mean, they were, but like they weren't as popular as the DC ones.
Yeah, and so growing up, only seeing that. Yeah. And really like experiencing, like it was a good show. Yeah. Okay. And
it is still now. Like I think it's one of the top highest rated TV show. Like animated ever. Yeah.
Like the voice of Batman like died a couple of days ago.
Yeah.
R.I.P.
Yeah.
Stephen Convoy. But
Rest in peace, man. Yeah.
yeah, but the I grew up watching that show,
Yeah.
and I grew a love for that that universe.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so I started getting to know more about the characters, and I didn't get into comics yet.
Yeah.
Okay, but like I was really interested in that universe, and I've given Marvel a shot.
Yeah.
I watch Marvel movies, and I watch Marvel like productions,
Yeah.
and I like some of them. I really love some of them. Okay, but I like as a universe, I'm just like, um, I don't like it.
Mm.
Okay, I like some of the movies, I like some of the shows, but like when it comes to a whole like package of like a universe of like stories and characters,
Yeah.
I just like DC more.
Now then, like you got the Dark Knight trilogy, and that I think really helped to maybe improve your or like increase your love for that universe.
Yeah, when it comes to cinema,
Yeah.
like growing up, my uncle would have like a library of movies on his laptop,
Yeah.
and we would just
Where have I seen this before?
where have I seen this before? Okay, and we would just like watch those movies,
Yeah.
and he was like a big cinephile at that time,
Mm-hmm.
and growing up with like a certain cinephile, like some cinephile in my family, I don't like I'm not gonna lie that affected me as well. And he liked those movies. He liked the trilogy
Yeah.
of Batman, and we like played them over and over again. And we even played I don't think I didn't count, but like we've played Man of Steel
Yeah.
like a lot of times. I don't have I lost the count.
It's an amazing movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I lost the count of how many times we've played Man of Steel.
Yeah.
Okay, and so it was all DC again and again.
Yeah.
And like when it comes to my family as well, I think my whole family is like DC fans, but they don't know about it.
Yeah.
Okay, like when I talk to my mother about like the superheroes, she just talks about Batman,
Yeah.
Superman, and Wonder Woman and those
Yeah.
characters. Okay, she was introduced recently to Marvel, but like it's not like the OGs.
Mm. I mean, yeah, that definitely plays a huge role about like how we got raised up with these like characters. But like when it comes to the movie universe, like you can easily make the argument that like the Marvel extended universe is better than the DC one.
Yeah. Okay, that was the family aspect and growing up aspect.
Yeah.
But for me personally, like I grew up and I started like watching all of those movies and shows.
Yeah.
And I was looking at the characters, the stories, the narratives, and I was looking at the like cinematic feel of like the colors and the experience that the movie gives you.
Yeah.
Okay, and that's a personal thing, but I don't like how vibrant Marvel movies look.
Yeah.
They just look so full of colors, and to the stories that they tell, and like superheroes are about mythology, and about some of them are about mythology and
Yeah.
about like historical like narratives, and I think I really like the feel that DC gives when it
Yeah,
comes
I mean,
to that.
I agree with you about like this one, because like DC movies, and especially like the good, like let's leave the Nolan's trilogy out of this. Let's
Okay.
start from like Man of Steel and forward,
Mhm.
because this is where like actually the DC universe started.
Yeah.
The colors are amazing. Like you
Mhm.
would get how the atrocity of like the events that happening
course.
and going on.
Yeah.
You wouldn't hear as much jokes as you would in like a colorful Marvel movie.
Yeah.
But like as a whole, like you talked about when a universe as all is a good package for you. I would make the argument like as a movie universe,
Mm-hmm.
you would see that the Marvel one up until, let's say, Spider-Man: Homecoming.
Mm-hmm.
Like after that, it's a huge mess now,
Mm-hmm.
same as DC. But up to that point, even the okay movies were watchable, enjoyable movies, and the good ones, like the really good ones, like I'm talking, first Avenger, first Iron Man, first Thor, not first Thor, yeah, the Avengers, the Captain America, like Civil War, like these are actually great movies to watch. Black Panther, the first one.
I've enjoyed every single one of those.
Yeah.
Like I really like them. But again, like okay.
Like,
DC
here's my thing.
Okay.
Let's say for the first up until Endgame, we had 18 movies or 20, something like this.
Mm-hmm.
So let's say that most of these were watchable, enjoyable 7 out of 10 movies,
Mm-hmm.
and then you would get maybe 5 or 7 amazing movies without any like really messed up bad movies.
Mm-hmm.
Can we make that argument for the Marvel universe up until like Endgame or Spider-Man: Homecoming?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And for DC, you would start from like Man of Steel, then you would jump right into Batman versus Superman.
Mm-hmm.
Then you would jump into Suicide Squad, and then Wonder Woman, and then like Suicide Squad 2, and then Wonder Woman 2. It's like it's not as organized as a cinematic universe. I'm not talking about the comics, or because I've heard like very good things about like even the Harley Quinn character animated series and everything. But as a cinematic universe, it seems much more. It's messy, like it's not as good. Like okay, Batman vs Superman. It's a watchable movie. But then if you go and watch like the Snyder Cut or the extended version, it's better. Justice League 2017 is a horrible movie. But once you go and watch like actually the Snyder Cut, that's 4 hours of like pure
That's
amazing.
a masterpiece.
Of a masterpiece, yeah.
Yeah.
So like there's so much going back and forth, like so good and so bad, so good and so bad. And on an average, I think that's a worse experience than just the average, and then you have a really good movie.
I mean,
the average,
tell me about it.
Yeah.
Okay. But let's zoom out a bit.
Okay.
This inconsistency, we can say, and this whole like really good and really bad.
Yeah.
Okay. Is coming from like the different leadership that Warner Brothers had. Okay. And you would see a CEO coming in and just
changing the whole
thing. Having a new plan and changing the whole thing and building something like new.
Yeah.
Okay. And just messing up everything that the old CEO did.
Yeah.
Okay. And this like inconsistency of leadership, they would just destroy every company, and they would destroy any like project. Okay. And so you need a vision, okay, in order to have like
that's why I think Marvel succeeded
like
for the first part.
For the leadership at Marvel, they have been stable. Okay, they had like one leadership all that time. Okay.
And even when it changed, like there has been change from like Favreau to the Russo brothers, and now like they are David Feige and everything. Like there has been some changes, but it doesn't seem to be like everyone comes, destroy the past and start a new thing.
Exactly.
It's you are building on it. Yeah. Even though that now it's very messed up. Like the universe, it's going to places I don't even want to imagine. So, and that's maybe the price you pay when you have like such a tidy and like nice narrative for 20 movies, and now you are experiment with the multiverse and like all these crazy ideas that you haven't established like a good basis and fundamentals about like the rules, and like because even though that it's like a superhero movie, you still need some basic structure or things to follow during like all the movies to make it consistent, and not you have a movie where it says something and another movie that just demolishes what's
I agree.
But
but let's say we mentioned the Snyder Cut, and the Snyder Cut for us, it was like the bright light at the end of the tunnel.
I mean, I agree.
Okay?
I agree.
When you see such thing like happening, and it didn't happen like just like that.
Yeah.
It was a huge push from the audience
I know, I
after
know.
some like
Yeah.
after some
Yeah, man.
media
I've
campaigns.
seen the 2017 Justice League
Yeah.
in the cinema, and like I hated it so much. And I remember how these campaigns started about
Yeah.
like release the Snyder Cut, release
Release.
the Snyder Cut.
And it went on and till the end.
Yeah, and I mean like for DC movies, for to be like more specific, you have amazing movies. Like truly, like you have The Watchmen. The
Mhm.
Watchmen is one of the most philosophical like superheroes that
Yeah.
you can ever see. And then you have like the Watchmen TV show, which I really enjoyed.
Mhm.
You also have like Man of Steel, the first one. You have like we said, let's neglect Nolan, but like
Mm.
the Nolan trilogy as well.
The Nolan trilogy, yeah.
And now you have the Snyder Cut. So these are like an amazing masterpieces.
Mhm.
But then you would also look on the bad ones, and they take so much
Yeah.
from
they
the
do.
good. Like they leave such a bad taste,
Yeah, they do.
and that's a huge issue. And yeah,
And then comes the Batman,
yeah,
which
and
we-
which is like
the Batman.
yeah,
Okay.
it is the Batman. Yeah,
Okay. And then you get to see like, okay, we're going back.
yeah,
Okay, we're getting back. DC is coming.
yeah. Then you see
And-
Black Adam.
I haven't seen that yet.
Yeah.
I don't want to judge.
Yeah,
Okay.
okay.
But
Like as I said,
but-
like one good step forward, 10 bad steps behind. Like this is
No, but
this-
like okay. I said like I didn't like Marvel,
Yeah.
but like one of Marvel's leadership is now leading DC, James Gunn.
yeah.
Okay.
I know.
And he's introducing a lot of like ideas and like to produce now. His Twitter is just like going all over the place. Okay, people are interacting and they're telling him what to do. Okay, and he seems like a really good guy to lead this universe.
Mm.
And we can say a new hope.
A
Okay,
New Hope.
yeah,
Starting with A New Hope, let's move to Star Wars.
yeah.
Yeah. First of all,
Mm-hmm.
why do you think Star Wars is really unpopular here in Iraq? And why is it popular in the US?
Why is it popular?
Yeah.
People go to flashy movies.
In the US?
No, like here.
Yeah, but people aren't that much into Star Wars here. Like,
No, if you go like, okay, I can tell you the reason. It's historical. Like
Yeah.
the Star Wars was really popular in like at that time, okay,
Yeah.
in America, and that people had access to like cinemas and people had access to movies,
Yeah.
okay, and people grew up generation after generation
Yeah.
like just loving loving this series and just they just like worship Star Wars, we can
Yeah.
say, okay, and they would wait the movies for like years,
Yeah.
okay, okay, and but for people here, they didn't have access to cinema at that time, okay.
Like back when, because I remember that there were like I'm talking about the Basra. We had like 5 cinemas in Basra back then.
Mm-hmm.
I'm talking now before the 80s, which is like when the original one. I don't know if they were released here or not. I don't have like access to that information. But yeah, it makes like perfect sense. How like since you didn't were like you didn't rise up or like you didn't grow
Yeah,
watching these movies, you
Like-
wouldn't be connected to them as much as
like
someone who did.
like my parents, my grandparents, they don't know about Star Wars.
Yeah,
They were introduced to Star Wars and everything else,
yeah,
okay, very late at their lives, and so like they didn't know about it, okay, and so how would they grow a like how they would be fans for that if they didn't watch it at all.
yeah,
And so it is really unpopular here because it didn't like spread here.
yeah.
Okay, but for Marvel movies, okay, and for like not for DC, I don't think there is a fan
Yeah,
base
but
for
then
DC.
maybe this is like another counter argument, because like people didn't also grow up watching the Marvel comics or know their background, but a lot of people have like some people started with the Marvel universe from its beginning, but a lot of fans now have just like caught up to the universe like a couple of years ago, and they've watched everything.
Yeah, but like people like, okay, it starts from just like getting to know the thing, okay, hearing about it,
Yeah.
okay, like at that time, if you ask people, no one would know who Han Solo is or who the what does the Jedi mean,
Yeah.
okay.
What does the Jedi mean?
Let me continue.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
And so people didn't even hear about those characters and those concepts, and so how would they just like watch the series and um like know, like grow anything for it, okay.
Yeah.
But people here know who is Iron Man, people know who is Spider-Man, especially in like the younger generation.
Yeah.
They had access to it, they had even like free access to it, like using TV,
Yeah.
okay, like the channel 2.
Yeah.
Okay.
NBC2. Yeah.
Yeah, it had like it gave people access to those movies,
Yeah.
and so people would just first they would hear about it, they would then watch it,
Yeah.
they would watch it again, they would listen to other people talking about those, and then the interest grows and grows.
Yes,
okay?
but like one of the interesting things here, like now we are at a point where like in the US here and like a lot of countries, like superhero movies are the only movies that are selling right now. Like
Mhm.
you would go to watch like even if it was like a movie with a lot of like famous actors and like uh degree A actors. Like this is like the highest De Niro, Al Pacino, and everything. Like you wouldn't see them as much as attendance and like as much goers as like a new Marvel movie or a new DC movie, which is like interesting to see because people are getting so obsessed with this idea of superhero movies and the hype is still here. Like like it's everywhere right now, and I don't know like if it's going to continue in this way or just people are going to reach a point when they are bored of these movies, because like actually by now I'm not that interested in watching like any more superheroes, to be honest. Like we have seen so much by now, like what 23 24 Marvel movies and TV shows, and you have how many DC projects are coming. Like okay, there are good ones, but they are real. Like just this year we started with the Batman, which was amazing. Then we had Thor, which is like it wasn't. Yeah. Then you had like Doctor Strange, which was like yeah, and then you would have like Black Adam, and then you would have like something like Wakanda Forever, which is like a good movie. Well, like we have seen it a couple of days ago,
Black
but
Panther.
yeah, but it wasn't as good as the first one, and like
Definitely.
yeah,
I liked it. It has.
yeah, it's enjoyable.
Yeah.
It has like a nice story and everything.
I like the sci-fi.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but do you think like the hype would continue, or people are just going to get bored?
I mean, like, okay, for me, like, I like the Black Panther movie,
Yeah.
okay, and like, okay, it was tragic that the main actor,
Yeah, I mean, like this is
okay,
this is such a sad story. What
yeah,
he died and
and I watched the second movie
yeah,
only for the like, only to see where the movie is going.
yeah,
Okay, I had like a concern for this like brand or like this superhero.
yeah,
Okay, and I I I must admit that I'm less interested in Black Panther now.
yeah,
Okay, because the first movie was like so good to the point of like not
I need to see more.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And so like people here are just like they are more into like superheroes.
Not only here, I think it's everywhere right now. Like superheroes movies are the only thing that's selling a lot. That's why a lot of our talk has been made about Top Gun Maverick, because like it was a non-superhero movie. It was only like a blockbuster that reached, I think, $1 billion in the box office, which is like we haven't seen that in a lot of time, because every time you see the highest gross movies everywhere in the past few years, it's just superhero movies, superheroes. Yeah.
Look, Star Wars isn't about superheroes, okay?
Yeah, maybe.
And I can say
Yeah.
that Star Wars paved the way for superhero movies in terms of
I mean, for sure, it has like a huge impact over like the whole genre of science fiction.
yeah. And I'm talking in terms of like graphics and like
Yeah.
visual effects. Star Wars was the
Like the OG.
the lead in that.
Yeah.
Okay, and you would just dig in and see like where the sounds are coming from. You would see where the like they have they have taken care about like the finest details.
Mm.
Okay, and this is coming from a Star Wars fan, I know,
Yeah.
but like it's a masterpiece. Like
Which ones?
the original.
The original trilogy. Yeah.
But
A New Hope, The Empire Strikes Back, and the last.
um, the
Return of
no
no. Yeah.
the A New Hope,
Yeah.
The Empire Strikes Back,
Yeah.
and The Return of the Jedi.
Yeah. The Return of the Jedi.
Yeah, and then those were like the OGs. And
Yeah.
They are like masterpieces.
Yeah.
Okay.
And like to imagine the point where like you are in the first one was released in the 70s, right?
Mhm.
Or 60s.
Yeah.
It was the 70s.
Yeah.
So imagine like in the 70s going to the cinema and watching something this unique and this like of course you're gonna fall in love with it. Like
Yeah. Like I really like I'm envious of the people at that time.
who enjoyed this experience.
Yeah, like it must have been like a really great experience.
Yeah.
I must admit I don't really like the prequels.
Yeah.
Like
I find them enjoyable actually.
yeah, and like for me, when I start watching, like when I recommend this watching Star Wars to anyone, I would say go with the original trial.
No, I choose a different
This is
approach.
where we like we differ,
Yeah.
okay? But like for me, I always say go with the original trilogy
Mm.
at first, and then watch the prequels, and then watch the new series.
Mm.
Okay.
I mean, I enjoyed it more watching it like from the beginning. So I watched the prequels and the original ones, and now like the
Yeah, I don't blame you. It's like it's clearer in terms of like the story and the narrative, but like how the I like how like those productions were like were like available to the public. Okay, I can see the development. I can see where things went wrong. I can see like how it was intended, because like
as a universe.
yeah,
as a
because I'm pretty sure when they made the original trilogy, they didn't have like the new ones in mind, and they didn't have the prequels in mind. They saw the success and they produced those. So they are different movies. Okay, they are in the same like universe, but they are different movies. And so you would see people arguing all the time about like original trilogy, prequels, sequels.
Yeah.
Okay, there is a lot of hate for the sequels.
Yeah.
But
I actually enjoyed them. Like the second one, it was the Last Jedi, right? The second one and the sequels.
yeah,
I really enjoyed that one. Yeah.
but like I don't really go with that hate. I give them like the credit for like being like for following on the like the whole universe. Okay, and I like okay, the three movies they differ in like how good they are.
Yeah.
Okay, for me, but I really I like them as well. I don't hate them. I don't like the feeling that the prequels give me.
Yeah.
That's personal.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Now let's like start wrapping this up. HBO. So we have Westworld and Succession.
You're going up in
Yeah.
quality.
Yeah. Westworld. What do you think about the cancellation of the TV show?
Tragic.
Is it?
For me, it's very tragic.
Yes, because like I've seen the newest season, and I would see like okay, just cancel the show. Let's just have like a first couple of good season, and that's it. Because like the newest season is just a tamed down version of what Westworld really is. Because like Westworld isn't just a science fiction TV show. It's philosophical.
It's philosophy.
Yeah,
it's all like filled with philosophy.
Yeah.
You would just like caption everything they say, and you would just like
Put it in a quote.
yeah, just frame every like frame everything that for example Ford says.
Yeah.
Okay, and it's just like for me, okay, the like the first like season is a masterpiece that
Yeah.
I just have as a standard for like every series that I watch.
Yeah.
I just compare it to like first season of Westworld and that's it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, it's an amazing first season.
Yeah. And like I consider it like the best show for me.
Yeah.
Okay. People would just yell at me and like say different names, for example, Breaking Bad.
Yeah.
Okay. That's a really great one. But like for me personally, I
Yeah.
like Westworld. Like the first season is like my best show
Mm.
ever. And canceling the show, okay, maybe give like it would mean like less like less of the show, okay, for
Yeah.
the people who love it. But like it's maybe beneficial for the show because like less quality season would be wouldn't be there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, like after the second one, I think the TV show really got. Like the third one, is it that good? The third season.
The third season, like it was like it was complicated a bit,
Yeah.
and it had like a lot of like
I don't think they had an idea in mind about like if this show succeeded, where are we going to take it?
No.
I think
it's like they had like a vision of where this is going, okay, but they had like to fill this gap, okay. They didn't want to introduce the new idea, okay, very soon, okay. So the season 3 felt like a filler, okay. Yeah, it would just like go on and like visit different places inside that like Westworld universe, and it would just like introduce us into the different sections, but it wouldn't introduce new things or new concepts.
look,
Okay?
you haven't seen the last season, right?
I haven't.
I'm not going to spoil it, but I'm gonna say one thing. In the second or the third episode, there is a trip to, I think, 20th century mafia world, something like this.
Mm-hmm.
And there is in the background an amazing like soundtrack by Ramin Djawadi, and it is the best thing that happened in the fourth season. Like just that scene when you see them like walking around and like because like the production and
Mhm.
like the design of the show, it's like out of this world. Even for the not so good season, like
Mhm.
the quality of the production is still there. But
Mhm.
yeah, I mean I see it because like I don't think a lot of people are interested to see where the story is going.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I like when things end.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like sometimes it's really good for things to end.
Mm.
Yeah.
Interesting. Interesting point.
That's not coming from personal issues, but
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, of course. Now, Succession. New season is coming up. How excited are you?
Succession. Okay.
Yeah.
Look, I didn't know about Succession.
Who told you about
Okay.
Succession? Yeah.
I didn't know about that show.
Yeah.
Till the very moment that you told me about it here.
Mhm.
Okay. And I was like, why not? Let's watch it.
Yeah.
And those nights, okay, coming back from uni and just like putting on that show and
Yeah.
watching it like maybe sometimes 2 episodes in,
Yeah, yeah.
in like
It,
one
it, it
setting.
was in Ramadan.
Yeah.
You remember? We were
Yeah, it
we
was.
were breaking our
Yeah, it
fasting
was.
like during iftar and we were watching the show.
I really cherish those moments.
Yeah.
Okay.
I cherish them as well. And even though it was my third time watching the TV show.
But like it's worth it. I mean,
And I'm like the thing is like the dialogue in this TV show, it's one of the best thing that you're gonna see because as serious as it is, yet it's hilarious. So no matter how many times you watch it, because like this is the thing with hilarious stuff, you would actually want to revisit them more because you
Yeah.
would like laugh again.
and like it was, yeah, I really cherish those moments because they were like really nice.
Yeah.
Okay, being around everyone and like watching it and just like the hype and like how
Yeah.
we all reacted to like some scenes.
Yeah.
Okay, it was all amazing. Okay, and we had to like go back home and watch like
The
I
third-
had to watch the other season like
yeah,
at
the
home.
last one. Yeah.
It didn't feel the same
Mm.
way. Okay,
Yeah.
but I still like the show. Okay, but like for me, it was like I watched that show like here in a time where I was like just getting into business and just getting into like this like growing a mentality of that's like business mind.
Yeah.
Okay, and so it just like it was introducing me to new like ideas, and like it was like it was related to my like life at that time.
Mhm.
Okay, and so I really like grew a love for that show
Yes.
because yeah, emotionally and like it was relatable.
Yes, I mean it's amazing, and like you are not the like you and like I think Mushtaba. I recommend it to Mushtaba, and like I also when I see some good movie or TV show, I just like, oh yeah, okay, let's sit down, let's watch this because this
Yeah,
is really something
like that's the
worthwhile.
good thing about you. You don't gatekeep. Okay,
Yeah.
okay. A
No,
lot
no, I
of
mean,
a lot of people just gatekeep like
really
they're
the good
like
stuff.
yeah, the good stuff, and they're like favorites. And I might be one of those people.
Yeah.
Okay, because like I don't like share my favorite movies or like the favorite like the new things that I really like.
Okay, then I would conclude
Okay.
the episode with asking you what is your favorite movie and your TV show. So
Okay.
the TV show, it's Westworld. You just mentioned that.
Westworld is
yeah.
the best show for me.
Yeah.
Okay.
For you.
Yeah, for me.
Yeah.
And for the movies, like it's like I like Wes Anderson.
Mm.
Okay, I really like it. Like him as a like a
As a
producer,
director, yeah.
a director. Okay, and my favorite one is the Grand Budapest Hotel
Mm.
because yeah, it has like some personal like meaning to me.
Okay,
Okay,
okay.
yeah,
That-
because I
that-
watch
that-
it with some people.
Yeah.
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 Okay.
I mean, all the best to you and to those people.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
It's an amazing movie, and like
Yeah.
2014 in general was like an amazing year for movies.
Yeah.
Yeah. Final remarks. Do you wanna mention anything before wrapping this up?
Final remarks.
Yeah.
I really hope this like this podcast
Yeah.
just find a place to shoot in because it's really difficult to set up the whole thing again and again.
Yeah. I mean, someday. Yeah.
Maybe.
Yes.
I'm hoping.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
just hoping.
Someday.
Okay.
Man, thank you for being here. It was really lovely talking to you.
I enjoyed
Even
every
though we
minute.
didn't get into the vegetarian agenda today, but maybe on another day.
Maybe for another day.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay?
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
Thank you so much for
Yeah,
having me here.
Thank you for being here, man.
And I'll just go back to the other side
Yeah,
now.
go back to the other
Yeah,
side.
to the production side.
The dark side.
No,
Okay.
this is that's the dark side.
Yeah, this is the bright side.
Yeah,
of course.
this is the bright side.
Everyone is watching. Thank you for like staying till now.
Yeah.
And yeah, have a good day. Bye bye.
Bye bye.